fall is officially here, and you know what that means: leather dresses. So today I have rounded up the 10 best leather dresses that you need in your wardrobe this fall. Our first dress is from Ella Tahari, and this is probably the most colorful of all the fall dresses that I found, but it's just such a classic chic moment. The burnt orange gives me all of those like cozy fall vibes, plus with the halter you get a little bit of the like sexier side if you want it. You could also layer like a really sheer top underneath, or a tank, or just throw a jacket on it, something that you could wear for work or you could wear going out if that was the vibe. And it really kind of gently cuts in. It's not too bodycon. Some of our other dresses are going to be a little bit more fitted, but it really just gives you all of the things that you love about fall and a lot of simplicity, but it gives you the funness of like wearing that burnt orange color. Pair it with like the perfect pair of boots. You could go a little bit deeper if you're really craving that kind of vibe. I think this dress would go beautifully with like a cream boot. It's just that bit of vibrancy without it being too dark, and it adds so much fun into your fall styling. Of course, I love lighter dress. I'm very much somebody who dresses in lighter tones to keep my mood a little bit lighter. So this white dress from Susanna Monaco is perfect. It is like the one shoulder. It adds into that like flirty fun side of what is typically my style, but you could play with this in so many ways. I feel like this would be great to do metallic boots with. You could really bring in some other trends that are maybe happening that you're really enjoying with this piece. It's a stapeless dress that you're going to get tons of use out of. Maybe not as much of like a daytime dress, but it is something that's just going to add that bit of like elevation, chicness, and really embrace the fun of fall. Now, I am obsessed with the Sink a Step dress, and it is just really everything that I love about a lot of the other dresses that I typically style when I'm going for a more button up. The like cinching in the center of this leather dress really adds that bit of fun, takes it to the next level, is a bit more than just like a standard button up like fall leather dress, and it adds a little bit of to it. The warm tones of the chocolate, it makes it such a beautiful color. I also like that this one really allows for the versatility of wearing a leather dress, but again, not putting you in that body composition, but still giving you a little bit of a shape. It's the same thing that I really love with like a corset dress, and having something in the center that kind of pulls you in a little bit, but it's not going to be so snug, so overly tight. There is a little bit of a billow. Got a bigger sleeve at the bottom, like a collar at the bell. I'm not sure what that's called, but it's just such a beautiful like chocolatey warm dress. I can 100% picture myself wearing it with like a nice basic heel, or as we're getting into the colder month, adding my like Gucci tights and a pair of boots, and then continuing to layer it up or layer it down a little bit more depending on the weather that's going on during the season. But it's just that like one piece that does so much, and then you pair a lot around it, and oh, the chocolatey goodness, I can't. So this leather dress from Shoshana, it gives me like workwear vibes in the most fall way possible, and it's really chic, it's really fun, it's really flattering, and it's got that like lightly cinched belt kind of going on that's added in. Not a lot of these dresses have the added belt to it, but I also really love this caramel color. There's something about a caramel leather that just gives me that like classic fall vibes, whether or not it like reminds me of a really good latte, or it reminds me of some of the bags that I wore to death when I was younger. This is one of those like dresses and colors that just gives you that bit of vibrancy. The other bit with this is, like we've talked about it a lot, being more narrow shouldered as pear-shaped girls, this is still going to really flatter everything. You're not going to have to fight that like weird awkward shoulder angle with anything. It's just going to sit delicately and nicely on the curves. Now, of course, we need like a full-on flirty moment, and House of CB does that on a next level. And this is another cream white dress, but like I love her. I feel like she gives you everything you want in the fun for fall. You really get that leather moment, and you also get to wear those like more dainty, delicate heels and pieces that are in your collection. You could absolutely pair this with something else, maybe throw a shirt over top of it and use it as a skirt instead of just a dress, and then make it like a whole boot situation. Do like a bit of like, I feel like I'm picturing a very Serena van der Woodsen vibe with that moment. There's so many ways that you could style this, but like on its own, it's just that piece that really gives you that fun flirty side. You're getting to really highlight those curves. You're getting to play with pieces that are in your wardrobe that maybe you don't play with as much during this time of the year, and it's just so elegant. It's also going to be the perfect like kind of coordinating piece for maybe that really epic jacket, really epic blazer that you want to wear. This kind of ties in with that. You could also tone it down a little bit for date night and throw like a jean jacket over it and have that moment. There are so many really unique jean jackets that I've seen coming off the runway over the last few months, as well as like within stores, and this is also the perfect moment for that. So you have a lot of versatility in whether or not you want it to be a little bit more casual for date night. Maybe you want to pair it with some sandals for brunch because you live in a place like I do where you want to find some ways to incorporate some fall, but the weather's not always going to be as cool enough for that, or you really just are in a space for fall and this is like your moment to kind of merge the two together. Of course, I wanted something that kind of paired my favorite combination where it really looks like you've got like a separate shirt and skirt kind of combination going on, and this one from Moon River is perfect, and it's also like mid-range budget. However, that being said, this dress is beautiful. It is really that like classic, if you are somebody who really loves a like pinstripe blue shirt, like you're like me and that's like always in your collection, no matter what you have, there's some like classic blue striped shirt, you love a good jean and like a white tee combo, like you love your basics and you want to always kind of have them in rotation along with all of the other fun and flirty things that you're going to be wearing. This is that dress for you. It's going to fit into the more basic side that would really allow for you to play into the other stuff, but it's also going to give your curves just that little bit of a snatch. Not too intense, but just a little bit. But of course, House of CB is always going to be on the list again because this is one of the longer dresses that I found that feels like it's just, it has that like sexier vibe. Like you want the leather dress, but you really want that sexier vibe, and maybe you want something long. I could definitely see this being an incredible date night outfit. I could see this being maybe a girls' night outfit. I don't know if I would wear this to a wedding, maybe if it's the right context for it, because it's just one of those, but like, ugh. She is so good. I went on like a million bachelorettes a couple of years ago during the fall season, and this would have been the perfect dress for that night that we all went out to dinner and we just wanted to have drinks and wine and martinis and have like the fun vibes. This is the dress for that, and she's so elegant, and she's a little bit more wine colored than this, but like, oh, perfection. Now, I really like this Anthropologie dress for a few reasons. One, I do love a scallop top, and I also feel like this dress offers something a little bit different than a lot of the other leather dresses that we've seen. You're getting the slit, you're getting a little bit less of the shoulders for the broad shoulder girlies. I think you might like this a little bit more, but it's also just giving you a little bit of ruching, a little bit of shape, a little bit of fun. It's not too short, it's not too long. You're still gonna have some flexibility to kind of move in this, and it's not as like fussy as maybe some of the other things that you would deal with if you're somebody who doesn't want all of the long sleeves, or you don't want all of the buttons, or you just don't like all of those other little bits. This is really kind of the happy medium, and it's like a nice olive color, which is a great alternative. You need options when it comes to our leather dresses. I am still jaw on the floor for this dress from Saks, and it is, ugh. So we've all seen the dress that everybody's been obsessed with this summer that's like the yellow kind. I want to say ruffled. It's not ruffled. It's that like wavy bit. You're going to see it on the screen. But that dress I've seen on a lot of girls this summer. But this dress is a little bit higher, and it's just, oh, it is so pretty. This is the leather dress that was like, you need this, you want to make a video out of it. It's not, again, not going to be too cinched on you. You're really going to have the room if you're somebody who has a little bit less curves and you feel really intimidated by wearing maybe some of the other cinched dresses, or you want something, again, that's a little bit looser, a little bit more modest, isn't going to be too curve hugging, that really has that versatility. You could wear this to weddings, you could wear this to church, you could wear this to dinner, you could wear this to all of the places. It is just so beautiful. I am like beyond obsessed with this dress. It's at the top of my like in my cart right now list. And the last one, because Alice and Olivia slays in the leather dresses department, is a nice cream staple number. This is one of those that, like, again, if you live in hotter weather and you want something that you can wear that's not gonna like drown you in sweat, because the one thing about leather dresses and a lot of these like metallic materials is the way that they're insulated, there's just not a lot of breathing, and the material doesn't absorb a lot of anything that's like kind of staying in heat wise. So having options like this, it's like a little bit shorter, it's creamier, it's fun, it gives you, again, all of that versatility. I'm on such a like lighter color vibe with my fall this year. I like the mix of things, but there's definitely still some creams and some whites in there. Or this really works if you're going into spring and you want to buy it now. Pair it with a pug pair of boots. There's so many that like I can just picture this being that number. You could have it really colorful if you wanted to play up some of the things in your wardrobe you feel like don't get enough use. Maybe some of the brighter blues or pinks or other yellows that you feel like you don't get to utilize in this season, or if you've got some of the more like muted burgundies and tones that really clash a little bit more with some of the browns and need their own space, this is the perfect dress for that. I really like that it lightly cinches, but you can like adjust how much it's going to cinch, and it is button up as well. There is a little bit of a cap sleeve, so my water shoulder girlies, this might not be what you're necessarily reaching for, but for my pear-shaped girlies, it's perfection. Alright guys, that is all I have for you. So I will leave links for everything in the description box below. I'm posting this at the beginning of October and there are a lot of sales that are going on over the next few months. So if you see something you like, it's always worth saving it for sale purposes because things like Black Friday, Saks is always having in and out of sales. There's always a good like 20-25% off for Anthropologie over the next few months. A lot of different things are going to happen. So if there's something that you see on this list that maybe is you're wanting to save for later, it is always worth just, you know, putting a notification on it so you find out when it does go on sale, popping it in your wish list on whatever site you're shopping on, or if you are into doing the payment plan, a lot of these places offer Klarna. I will link that down below. So if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. I upload new videos every week, so subscribe so you never miss a fun fashion find for all of my Pear-Shaped and Hourglass girlies. I love you. It is a good day to have a good day, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys.